Hi guys, it's Evan here checking in for day 13. Yes. We do hope that all of you are well. So today I'm just start with when I was doing yesterday's video, I think I skipped over a few points. Not a few points. I think it's one point that I think it's very important to emphasize as far as to being truthful goes, because the other importance, other than the fact that the more you lie, it destroys your ability to speak with conviction. The other very important factor that lying ruins is it basically destroys your. I wouldn't say destroys, but I feel like it makes you more immature. Like you never develop that level of maturity as a person, because obviously when you get to a certain age, you expect it to have a certain level of maturity. Well, it doesn't even have to come with age, but as far as life goes, if you want to attract certain things, you have to have a certain level of maturity to your personality as a person. And how does this factor? How does lying do all of this? Basically, a person who often lies just doesn't want to take responsibility for their actions, and a person who doesn't take responsibility for their action is just simply immature. Like, I think I read it in a book, or I heard it in a TED talk, or I think it was Jim Rohn's one of his videos, where he says the highest level of human maturity is taking responsibility of your actions. That's celebrating your wins and accepting your fails without complaining, both when you win or when you lose. Accepting, taking responsibility for your actions. Yes, accept that this time you failed, and I don't know, do something to fix it so you don't fail again next time. And if you win, well and good, celebrate and be on your merry way to do the same thing again, so you achieve even better successes, as opposed to I don't know, just sitting on that and just that success just because you succeeded in that one. So yeah, I think that was worth mentioning, and sorry you guys, I did think about this yesterday, but the moment I thought about it was after I had uploaded it. But like, I think it's very important, and I just couldn't let it go without saying this. Human maturity, very, very important. The moment you learn that, taking responsibility for action, it's like, even in pickup, some guys who used to there's this group of guys. There was three guys. I don't know if there's still three, but they used to call they have the YouTube channel. They call themselves Simple Pickup. They used to post these videos on how to pick up chicks, and they used to make it fun and playful, and they used to tweak it up a bit every once in a while. So for example, one guy would wear a bodysuit, or would I don't know, overgrow his hair and beard, just to show that different sorts of guys can still pick up chicks. So looks don't really matter that much. It's the content that you speak. Do you pay attention to the person who's in front of you? Can you keep yourself out of your head? Can you keep your nerves at bay? Do you understand? All of these sorts of things. But like, what I want to emphasize in this, and why I'm bringing it up, is there was at least a few guys who used to troll their videos and would post roughly the same thing in every video, that how to pick up girls, step 1, be good looking, in every video, which just didn't make any sense, considering these guys were showing you now and again. Well, obviously there's a good chance that maybe they were fabricating the videos in one way or another. You can choose to believe that if you want to, but personally, I think these guys were. I don't know. I'm sure you guys also get that intuitive feeling when someone's lying to you. You know there's something missing, or I don't know, you feel like something doesn't add up. But to me, I feel like these guys were authentic. It's sort of like when you, for those who are in SFM, DEA, which is basically like a digital academy for learning how to market and do all this cool stuff on the internet. when you hear a Stuart, OJ, and the rest of the gang speak, you can feel that sort of authenticity that someone just simply cannot, no matter how good of a liar you are, you just cannot reciprocate this sort of authenticity. It takes a very, very high degree of skill for someone who's lying to pull something like this off. I don't know if that makes sense. Because it's one thing to do it in one video, but doing it with congruency, it can even so if someone even attempted to do this, at least I believe, because I'm sure some of you guys have heard of the whole fake it till you make it. If someone was, say, trying to scam a bunch of people and they tried to do this with this level of authenticity, they might end up actually becoming this authentic, if that makes sense. You're faking it to scam someone, but in the end you might actually become it. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting way far off topic, but yeah, back to human maturity, very important. Why I think the other reason I think human maturity, well, actually I think the first reason I'm giving as to why I think human maturity is important. One, it's a good preparation for success. One of Jim Rohn's talks, he says people take all the necessary steps to market business, make all the steps happen as far as making their businesses bloom, go, but they do not do the basic some of the basic things. God damn it. Some of the basic things they prepare themselves for success. So in a sense, at least the way I understand it is basically saying you have to understand what is success and how can you make yourself ready for it. By making as far as making yourself ready for it, you can just start by understanding that success is not a destination, it's more like a journey. So yes, when you achieve success, then what? Because you can be certain, especially as far as SFM goes, you can be certain that you're going to be successful at one point, at least in the business that you want to do. But that moment when you hit your first success, then what? Because that's the constant question that comes up. Even when you're living the American dream, so yeah, you got there, then what? What's next? If you live it for a while, you start getting bored of it. But anyway, yeah, learning that success is not a destination, it's more like a journey. It's an ongoing process, sort of like personal development as well. It never stops, the cycle never stops, the wheel never stops spinning. You have to keep going. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say for today, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a good day or a night, wherever you